Oh my God, this is terrible. Could somebody please find Ja Rule, get hold of this motherfucker so I can make sense of all this. Where is Ja?
Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? How are you guys feeling? I don't know if you guys know this, but there has been a tragedy, just a real tragedy. And I understand when I say tragedy, y'all like, duh, Trump is the president. No, I mean like in hip hop, okay? Point blank, period. Irv Gotti has passed on. And I don't know if y'all know this about me, but I love Murder Inc. It's Murder Inc. Okay, I love. I love, I love, I love, okay, love Murder Inc., okay, and Irv has passed on. Now, record executive and music producer, Irving, that's his real name, Irv Gotti, Lorenzo, who helped launch music careers for Ashanti, DMX, Ja Rule, has died at age 54. Now that's real young, okay? Def Jam Recordings, where Gotti worked as an executive, and Murder Inc., parent company when it was founded, confirmed Gotti's death in a statement last Wednesday. The Hollywood Reporter and People and TMZ reported that, this entire situation happened, where they reported was on Wednesday, citing unnamed sources, and did not share a cause of death. Now, this is just heartbreaking. Def Jam Recordings and the extended Def Jam family of artists, executives, and employees are deeply saddened at the loss of Irv Gotti. And, this is just a tragic situation, okay? Just tragic, okay? Def Jam said that they were completely devastated, and saddened at the loss in a statement. So this is going on right now, and this is just breaking my heart. His contributions at Def Jam, as a A&R, he worked with a lot of people. He was an executive, in the partner company, Murder Inc., like I've said. He helped pave the way for the next generation of artists and producers, a force that reshaped the soundscape, of hip hop and R&B. It's just a bunch of things that he did. Def Jam put out a statement. The statement read, that his creative, genius and unwavering dedication to the culture birthed countless hits, defining an era of music that continues to resonate, with fans worldwide. So this is absolutely heartbreaking. The Grammy-winning producer is credited with the, rise of several, chart-topping R&B and hip-hop artists in the 90s and 2000s, and has, producer credits on songs such as 1996 track, Can I Live, of Jay-Z's debut album, Reasonable Doubt. He is a treasure. Following a successful stunt, working for Def Jam, where he signed DMX as an artist, the Queens-born talent, and his brother founded the Def Jam imprint, Murder Inc. Records in 1998. The first album, the label released was Ja Rule's, debut album, Veni Vedi Vici. That was the song of the album, which went to achieve platinum status, and was followed by the rapper's triple platinum record, Rule 336, 2000, and Pain is Love, 2001. So this man really contributed to a lot of the nostalgia that took place. And he later on signed, the songwriter Vanessa Carlton, to his label, and helped produce her third album, 2007, Heroes and Thieves. In 2022, he scored a multi-million-dollar deal for his share in Murder Inc., after selling his 50% share, in the company while retaining ownership. One of the deal, he told Billboard at the time, I'm a very spiritual person, and it's God and my dad who passed away on November 1st. Looking out for my body. I'm looking out for their boy. Sorry. He says that it's very, surreal, but I would give every dollar of the 300 million, to my dad back. But he but he's with me and I feel his presence. So he's saying that he felt blessed by that deal and that his dad blessed him to receive that deal. He's a spiritual person, so he believes it. And he added, I gave them my past, but I know I'm about to produce a great soundtrack for every movie that comes out. I'm about to break new artists into mainstream. I'm about to produce their music, so I'm going to build another legacy, and this time I own 100%. Irv Gotti, felt like he had diabetes. He felt diabetes was deteriorating his body. Last year, TMZ reported that Lorenzo experienced a stroke, citing a representative who said Lorenzo, that's Irv Gotti's last name, has been struggling with diabetes for years. Now, in an August 2023 interview on the Drink Champs podcast, Irv said that my diabetes, my number been high. They said, Dad, you can't do Drink Champs. I said, I ain't gonna drink or smoke. What it does is it starts deteriorating your body. He explained, answering no when asked whether he has his diabetes under control. I've been diagnosed with diabetes forever, he said. After being asked about which foods he could avoid, he added, I'm going to enjoy life, saying that, nothing's going to stop him and that he's going to continue to enjoy his life. And that means eating as he's pleased at the time. Nicki Minaj was actually inspired by Irv, and they had a relationship, a friendship, I would say, not like a relationship in the other sense, because I have to be careful with you guys. Nicki once said that he inspired, undoubtedly, one of her biggest hits of all time, Moment for Life. When I was writing my album, she said, Pink Friday, I had a conversation with one of my really good friends. His name is Irv Gotti, and we had this really interesting conversation where he told me, enjoy this moment. You'll never get this moment ever again. You'll never be the new girl on the scene ever again. And so I went into the studio. I just started singing. I wish that I could have this moment for life. She added, I went in the booth and started singing it. I never wrote it down. I just felt what I was feeling on the track, and what I was saying. So Irv inspired Nicki Minaj. Irv, he's the first individual that I know that have inspired not only Nicki Minaj, but inspired and did things for Cardi B as well. He had a connection to Nicki and Cardi, and most of the time with business, people who are with Nicki and Cardi, it doesn't go well, but with Irv, it was completely fine. Both of them loved him.
You know who had a big part in it? Irv Gotti. That's my baby.
I mean, he compared you with Lauryn Hill early, before anybody saw it.
But let me tell you something about Irv. He has an eye and instinct. He actually got the reason why I never made stupid decisions in terms of my record deals, and I don't got no 360 and all that. Irv got me with top lawyers early in the game.
Right.
He called them up. He was like, "Yo, I'm telling you, this girl's gonna be big. Please rep her," because I didn't have the kind of money to get a big firm. Right. And they them lawyers, I'm still with them now. They actually repped me, and I remember one time Irv was like, "Yo, what the wrong with you? You crazy? You contemplating if you gonna sign with Young Money?" I was like, cause I was listening to what everybody else was telling me. So many people was putting all this in my head. They was like, "Yo, Wayne ain't never gonna put you out. Wayne ain't gonna be no businessman enough. Wayne got da da da." And so it just goes to show you that. Remember we all kept talking about there's no blueprint. You make your own blueprint. You know what I'm saying? And I love Wayne for he kept his word to me.
I don't even know if you know that he did the deal with Cardi B and what's the shoe line that you always wear?
Steve Madden.
He did that deal.
I didn't know that.
He put that together for Cardi B and Steve Madden. So he was the one that built that bridge.
Yeah,
man.
And this man just had the biggest confidence, okay? The biggest confidence. How he put together everything for Murder Inc., how he just was the blueprint, you know what I'm saying? He did a lot for hip-hop. He did a lot for music, period, rap. He did a lot, a lot for African-American people with music. He's just amazing, just the idea of how Murder Inc. came to be.
So I was watching A&E, and it was Gangster Week. And lo and behold, today's episode is on Albert Anastasia and the notorious Murder Incorporated. Murder Inc. came across the TV, riddled with bullets. I started screaming, that's it. I'm going crazy in my house. Just imagine me by myself in my boxes and a t-shirt. That's it. Because at the time, the two biggest labels was Death Row and Bad Boy. So Death Row had, the Death Row, and they used to call their artists Death Row inmates. And then Bad Boy, you would say, I'm a bad boy. they was brilliant. So with Murder Inc., I said, well, call them the artists. They'll be murderers. And I said, like Murder Inc. and Albert Anastasia, they was contract hitmen. So it was a play on because in the music business, we want to be hitmen. We want to put out hits. The logo is actually similar to what came on TV, riddled with bullets. I had a lot of confidence in myself, and I had a lot of confidence in Ja. I thought Ja had the look. I thought Ja was an extremely talented writer, and I just knew the chemistry between me and him was real. So yeah, I was very confident when we dropped Holla Holla, and you know, it was all Murder Inc. Holla Holla, it's murder. Like, we was making people scream it from the first record. I met Ja Rule through Chris Black. I had the same experience like with X and J. When Ja opened his mouth and started rapping, I was blown away. I was like, whoa, this is, yo. I knew with the group CMC, with having Ja, I had somebody that I could run with.
And you know what, guys? I'm just going to get this portion out of the way because I know that every time, you know, somebody's legacy is being talked about, the dark parts, you know, is mentioned as a way to say, hey, this person might have been great in one sector, but he wasn't the best in another sector. I think the biggest problem with Irv is that his big mouth. He has a really big mouth, and he's a very upfront person, and he doesn't care how it makes you feel. He's just, I'm gonna tell you what it is. I don't care if it hurts your feelings, you know. A lot of people talk about, you know, the grooming of it all and say different things about him and Ashanti, when back in the day, that was just the culture, you know. R. Kelly and them grew up back in those times where, R. Kelly's now facing crimes. Diddy's now facing crimes, you know. I'm just saying back then, that's just what people did, you know. A lot of people are married to people and in relationships with people to where you would consider that like predatory because of the age gap or because of the power dynamics. And that's what happened between him and Ashanti, you know. There was a lot of power dynamics. They had their relationship, yes, you know, and the relationship did not turn out the best. And he definitely hurt her and said like a bunch of horrible things. But people view that as grooming when they were, you know, in a relationship together at that time. It shouldn't have been existing yet, you know, but it happened. I don't think it takes away from his creative genius. Somebody can, you know, be a great person in their creatives and be a horrible or not so wonderful person in their personal life. And I think that, you know, I'm not even gonna say he was a horrible person in his personal life. I think that he had trouble when it came down to women, you know, and his relationships with women, or what he was looking for in women, or the kind of women that he was attracted to, and how he treated women altogether, you know. That I just want to get that portion out of the way so you guys, you know, understand that I'm speaking on that portion, and I'm not, you know, excusing that piece of his life. I'm saying that occurred. However, when it comes down to his creatives, you know, that's a whole nother sector, and it should be acknowledged and appreciated for his contributions.
I'm not his therapist or anything like that. Like those sort of things that the universe is giving him a test again and again and again. He gonna always put his foot in his mouth.
If I'm Irv Gotti tell you that. He's Ralph Crandom. He's got my big mouth.
He would just say like crazy shit.
Oh shit, this shit just set us back another year right now. Cause he just told such and such blatantly he don't give a about it.
Irv Gotti would tell you that your baby is ugly. Good or bad, that motherfucker gonna tell you what it is.
He's like a madman. Irv would say anything. No filter between his brain and his mouth. He's gonna say what he said. Yo.
Irv's best quality, creative ingenuity. What's his worst quality? Talkative.
He gonna always do something. He can't help himself because that same drive that makes him great at what he does is also fighting against him.
Used to wear these juicy sweats and her ass was looking fat. Her ass was looking great. So one day, I was like, yo, I'll take you home. She said, bet, cool. I walk her to a front door of her crib. She turns to say goodbye. And I just kiss her and grab her ass and just, mwah.
Because, you know, when someone is consistently saying to you, you ain't shit, fuck you, you're not even fucking loyal, you know, I made you, I made the world want to fuck you, you know what I'm saying? He would say, you know, you know, niggas want to fuck you because I made you look like that. I made you fuckable. In those exact words.
And the most crazy thing that happened was, you know, 50 Cent got wind of Irv passing, and instead of just ignoring it because you do not like this man and not saying nothing at all, he took this chance to, you know, say a bunch of mean things. He said, I'm smoking on that Gotti pack. Nah, God bless him, with LOLs, right? With the dove emoji. But people are saying that that's just completely tasteless. And we understand that, you know, you have beef with somebody or whatever, but you got to let it go. because at this point this person has already passed on. His family's hurting, his family's grieving, and it's just very tacky and not like distasteful. And you are like over 30 years old, you're like 40, 50, you know. So for you to continuously act this way is just nasty work. People are just completely upset with 50 for even going that route with it.
I'm just trying to figure out, right, on some real shit, when has it ever became cool to talk about the dead or nigga that's in jail or little kids? Like, what type of time niggas on? When has that ever was like a cool thing? Like, yeah, that nigga dead, let me talk about him. Like, niggas not 17, 18, 19, niggas is 40 and 50, bro. Why niggas talking about niggas that's in jail, niggas that's dead, niggas that's sick? Like, that's some... Nah, come on, man. Like, when are we gonna really draw the line? Like, is no line ever gonna be drawn? Like, niggas just do get away and do whatever they want to do, right? Because it's funny. Come on, bro. That's crazy, bro. So just know that we gonna have the same energy when niggas dying, when niggas is sick. Yeah, we gonna do all this. Yeah, all right, bet. This is what we gonna do. All right, bet. Say less.
And, you know, 50 is still holding some animosity against Irv because there's a bunch of different reasons as to the beef, but I'm just going to, you know, get to the least most important part of the beef, to where he feels like, you know, Irv was stopping bags and stopping his success and different things of that nature. And Irv has not made it like a shy thing to say, yeah, I'm going to stop somebody that's causing me pain. If I don't F with you, I'm going to stop your success. Yes, I'm definitely going to stop you from going to the next level. He's, you know, done it in different ways. He's convinced Ashanti in past situations that nobody liked her, nobody effed with her, and that she should only mess with them, and stopped her from progressing beyond Murder Inc. And, you know, he did that with 50 Cent because with Ashanti, I think he just feared that she would, you know, get around other people, and his pride was stepping in the way of that situation, and he would lose his thumb or his connection with Ashanti. But with 50 Cent, he felt as though, like, you're coming against me and my team, I'm going to make sure to stop your success. But in an interview, he said that if he could go back, he would have done things differently and completely control 50 entire progress in his career. And he admitted that he was moving emotionally. So maybe 50 Cent is just still, you know, bitter and still upset and not over that, even as the man has passed on.
He would say stuff like, no one wants to record with you. Nobody with you like that. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, he would say stuff like, you know, we're going to keep it in the family, it's in-house. And on one hand, he would make it feel like family. And on the other hand, he would tell me, nobody likes you. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get beats from nobody. Nobody's going to give you shit. You know what I mean? And it was hard because that gullible little Susie, why? How come? What? I don't even know them. Why they don't like me? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And growing and becoming a woman and more mature, then you start to reflect on certain things, and it's like, oh, that's what was going on. Mm. And then when I did start to evolve and get in the studio with certain producers, I would hear all the time, yo, we always reached out. We always wanted to with you. You know, we thought you didn't want to with us. And it was like, wow.
Def Jam and presented a demo. 50? Yeah, that's what he said. He says he presented a demo and you all rejected his demo.
Well, I rejected him a lot. Like, I was blocking him, just quite honestly, because he was shitting on us.
Even before there was beef?
He was shitting on us. Murder, your life's on the line.
That was early on.
He was shitting on us from the conception of his career. He was coming at us. So anybody who called me, they would call me when he would leave the office and say, yo, 50's up with interest in Simon. I said, you fuck with him, you ain't fucking with me. Don't call me for no records, don't call me for nothing. So I hated on him to where he landed with M and Dre.
Right.
I'm a way smarter person now. I would have fucking organized his deal and controlled it. I could have controlled it because I was so hot. I could have let him sign with Atlantic or DJ Clue, who's my man in Atlantic, or Craig Cowman. I could have controlled that shit. And he would have never got right. He would have never got that Dre monster. You understand? But I done blocked this nigga to where he fell in the lap of Eminem, the biggest rapper in the universe with a white fan base that all became his fan base.
Right. So if you could do it again.
If I could do it again, that's why I said, that's why I said now, after I went through everything, I smile at everything I went through because it's made me who I am now. It will be no more shit like that. It ain't gonna be no more mistakes because I'm a vicious motherfucker now because I'm gonna sit back and calmly assess the situation. I'm like, yeah, that label sucks. Let him sign that.
Right.
He was on Sony. What happened? Nothing. He was on thing. M and Dre made him. And him bouncing to him, they made him.
And right now, you know, 50 Cent is going like into some sort of beef situation or into it right now with, you know, Big Meech. I think I'm Big Meech. Whoop. Larry Hoover putting in work. hallelujah, or flipping work, hallelujah, whatever that song go. Rick Ross is hanging out with Big Meech, and that's 50 Cent's nemesis, and so 50 is not here for it, and 50 is upset because he feel like he's done a lot for Big Meech. He feels like he's helped with this documentary. He's put a lot of money, made his son famous, paid for his son to go take acting classes and everything, so he could be just really really good at his role and everything. We don't even know if we're gonna get that series to come back. Lil Meech messaged 50, and this was what was said. He said, they just told me you unfollowed me off Instagram, and now you managing Skill a Baby with Rocket. When I brought him around you first, when you didn't have a clue who he was, now you mad at me when I would take the shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only showed you love and loyalty in human, and I go through my own ish, but I never switched up on you. F. Ross, but he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season starts. This internet ish is throwing me off, man. You know me in real life. So he messaged him to say, there is no beef, man. I love you. You're doing these different things to go against me and, be wrong towards me. And he's really, really hurt. And 50 Cent's son, who he doesn't F with, I think his name is Marquise or something like that, because of some stuff that happened with his baby mama or whatever. I don't want to get into that too deeply. He, got on the internet and kind of had commentary on this entire situation.
Somebody out here, or maybe there's a bunch of people out here that need to hear this. And it was like, you thought you were special. You really thought you were special. Who told you you were special? You thought you were special.
So his son is letting it be known nobody's special. Everybody can get it when it comes down to my dad. My dad don't play that. My dad is basically like, he don't even F with me, and I'm his son. And you thought that you was special? You thought that it wasn't going to pertain to you. You didn't think that 50 Cent was a monster and, didn't give a F about anybody, in his words. And not, I'm acting as him, what he's trying to say by this post. And Lil Meech got surprised. He F'd around and found out. So we don't know if it's going to have BMF coming back, if that's even going to be a thing. Nobody knows, child. Nobody knows. But I think that 50 is still holding on and still beefing with Irv Gotti even through the grave, child, even through the grave. Irv was like instrumental in bringing forth DMX. Y'all remember that? Like DMX. Yeah, Irv did that.
First meeting I ever had, I was like, we gotta sign DMX, and they laughed at me. I remember when I left the office, Tina Davis said she knew what I wanted to sign DMX. She said, DMX don't sell, your ass is fired. Jay and Dame did not believe in DMX. Jay would be like, you think he's better than me? And I'd be like, he's nice just like you. I said, if you look in the hood, there's less of like you and more like him. Yeah, but he don't want to live that. He's depressing, Gotti. And I said, I don't give a f. So Jay used to watch me grind with X, and he was off with the Hitman. And then something strange happened when I made Get At Me Dog. If you remember at the beginning of the video, it's the heartbeats. Doom, doom. DMX, doom, doom. Live at the tunnel. Y'all don't even remember the tunnel. Funk Master Voice, doom, doom. And then I put that sound bite. Let's take it back to the streets, mother. The video's flashing, f***ing up your eyes. It caused change. And now, there was no more shiny suits. We back to the hood, and X is the leader of this revolution. I used to put on the wall a triangle with 5. And they was like, they used to clown me. And they used to be like, who's gonna buy his records, Gotti? Chihuahuas, he's barking. No one wants to hear that bullshit. And I'd be like, yeah. Sold 5. It was no more writing on the walls. It was, y'all f***ing get behind me. I used to tell Leo and the whole staff, and I would tell him, yo, shut the f*** up, yo. I said, you work better when you shut up and get behind me. Now this is what we doing. And he would shut up.
Irv played a big role in hip-hop, R&B, rap, everything. Everybody remember, the Ja Rule and Murder, Inc. and Ashanti and that time frame and all the things that took place. So he really made noise and really did his big one in this industry. His industry really, showed love to him. And, it's very tragic and sad that he passed on, I don't know what's the entire situation or if they're going to really bring out the cause of death. But at this point, if it is a situation to where the family would like to keep it private, I respect that. I don't feel like you owe anybody that. He's passed on, and you know he should have the utmost respect. And I just feel bad for his wife. I feel bad for his kids. You know, I feel bad for everybody involved. Everybody's gonna, you know, have something to say right now because of the Ashanti situation, and you know how his wife acted in that entire situation, and you know him cheating on her for years. However, this was somebody she stayed married to and loved on, and stood by his side through the end and had those babies with. And you know, regardless of anything that occurred between them, you know, she was with him and had that love for him. So this is heartbreaking. I hope that later on they create a like a movie about his life. I think that'd be pretty dope and amazing. And Ja Rule, if Ja Rule was to have something to do with that, that would be amazing. Ja Rule just posted online a heart, you know, heartbroken, like a heartbroken piece. Like he didn't have too much words. I know this is tragic for him, and his family, everybody's dealing with it, because Ja Rule was like a son. Ja Rule was like a brother. Ja Rule was like family to Irv. So Lord knows, you know, how he's taken this entire situation. My heart, you know, breaks for everybody involved. I pray for them and I hope that they're able to get through this. But, you know, that's all I got to say. Y'all let me know what y'all think about all the things that I've said. I love you guys, and bye-bye.
I always wanted to beat from, I never got an opportunity. How was that for you? You like, you know, being with Irv, because boy, that's one cat I always wanted to beat from. I never got an opportunity.
Oh man, he would have loved. I wish you knew that, because he loves you too. Irv loves you too.
Y'all ain't never called and put me on nothing, man. I'm like, man, Irv ain't never. I got balls. I hate hearing this right now, because I would love to have Juvie on my. You know, sometimes when you the young coming up, you know, you 4 times platinum, Juvie. You know, I'm thinking, Juvie ain't want to get on my little records and do my little till I got, you know, blow up myself. You know what I'm saying? Then it's different. Then you can approach it. But man, I wish I'd have known that.